thinking about becoming a lash artist, or you just started and you low-key want to quit? Don't worry, I got you. Today we're going to be answering all the questions that beginners are way too scared to ask. So let's get straight into this video. Hey Lash besties, if you're a new lash artist or thinking about starting this journey, then this video is just for you. Today I'm answering the juiciest beginner lash tech questions. Stuff that I really wish someone had told me whenever I had first started learning. So we're gonna get into all of that good stuff, and I'm also gonna be spilling a little bit of tea too. So let's get started. Also, y'all mind the strip lashes, okay? I haven't had time to go get my lashes done, but you already know it's like a mechanic that never has their car running, or someone who paints houses for a living don't have their house painted. Yeah, it's gonna happen to you, so don't judge. Okay, so first question, how did I get into lash extensions? So I got into lash extensions because whenever I was 16, I got an opportunity, and this is kind of rare, like I don't know if this would ever happen to anybody else, but like thankfully my dad knew somebody. Like my dad does marketing, he does web marketing and all that, so he knew somebody who was teaching classes for lash extensions. So he told her about me, and I was getting my license at the time. I was in high school, so I was 16. I was in cosmetology, and I was eligible to take her class and get certified for it because I was actively pursuing my license. So I got certified for lash extensions whenever I was 16. This was like back in 2018, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I've been doing lashes since then. When I first started, I didn't even what's funny is that whenever I first started, I didn't know what lash extensions were. Like my dad was just like, just do it, like, you know, do it, like who cares, you might use it, you might not, but it's a good opportunity, so go and take this class. So I was like, okay, and I decided to go and get certified and all that, and it was honestly really difficult. Like it was interesting to learn, but I wasn't that interested at the beginning because I was just like, I don't know if this is for me. But it was like kind of like it did pique my interest just a little bit, so I continued with it. I continued learning, and yeah, so that's what happened. But yeah, I started there, and little by little I was taking a few clients from home every now and then, like whenever I could, but I was really just learning solo. I wasn't working for somebody yet. I was just on my own, so I didn't know what I was doing, and it was just kind of difficult for me at first because I didn't understand, and it was taking way too long, and I was like, this is never gonna work. Hold your judgment. But then a whole nother stuff happened. I got into doing waxing, did other things, I learned a bunch of other services, and then I came back to it because I got a job doing lashes full-time. So that's whenever I really started, like I started working on my lash techniques and all that, and just trying to get better. But that's how I started. It's really boring. That first story is kind of boring, but it was just an opportunity that my dad brought me, and I honestly am so thankful that he told me to take that opportunity. Listen to your parents, please. They will give you good advice sometimes. So. I'm just kidding, all the time. At least I would hope so. But yeah, it was really simple. I just kind of decided to do that, and that is how I got into lashes. Not a whole extravagant story, but that's how it happened. So yeah. Okay, next question. What do I wish I knew before becoming a lash tech? What I wish I knew before becoming a lash tech is the time management thing. Like, so it really helps whenever they say don't look at the clock whenever you're doing lash extensions. It's gonna take time for you to get faster, and that just comes with practice and just taking clients and real life clients that you're actually learning how the lashes are different from everybody and how they move. That way you know you're really getting the hang of it. I just wish I stopped looking at the clock all the time, because that doesn't help. Like, you just looking every like 5 minutes, like what time is it, that's not gonna change. You're still gotta have to work. Like you're still doing the lash set, so just focus on finishing the lash set. If you gotta look, maybe look once or twice, that's just to see what, like, you know, what time you're at, but don't be constantly like checking your phone or checking what time it is, because it's not gonna help. It takes seconds that are literally priceless, like seconds that you need to finish that set. Just finish it. Don't look. Stop looking at the time. I wish I knew that. It's hard, but I'm telling you, don't do it. Just finish the set, do as much as you can, and then send them off. Another thing that I wish I knew about being a lash tech before I got into it is not necessarily that I wish I knew it, but like just know that you're gonna have to deal with sometimes difficult clients. So with difficult clients, you just gotta really just take the time out of your day to really explain to them the process, because we say that they're difficult, but the thing is that sometimes they don't know what they're getting themselves into. They don't even know what lash extensions are. So we as the professionals have to explain to them the whole process. And so like not everybody knows what it is. Like it is what it is. Like I didn't know whenever I started doing lashes, I didn't even know what they were. So again, there's still people who are finding out what they are and or have never had their lashes done. So just be mindful of that. Not everybody is in your circle, not everybody knows what you know. So you got to remember that people, they're not in your industry. So you got to explain it to them what it is, and what, like the aftercare, you have to explain to them the aftercare. You have to explain to them how to take care of their lashes for sure, and just when to come back for refills, how long do they last, set their expectations. And I talked about this in another video. Just make sure to set your clients' expectations. That's like the biggest thing that I wish I knew, is just tell your client up front what you can and can't do. If you know that you can only do classic lashes, but they're expecting a mega lash set at the end, and you just spent 2 hours thinking that they were gonna like it whenever you knew like they would, don't. Just tell them, hey, I only do classics, or I only do really natural sets, I only do dramatic sets. Like they have to know what they're getting into. Sometimes, like if you're working at a salon or something, sometimes they won't even see your work, you know, if you get walk-ins or something. So you have to explain to them what you can and can't do. Some people will just be like, do whatever, and you just kind of give them a little hint of what you're gonna do, so they don't wake up and they're like just in complete shock, because that happens. Like people will just go into shock and they don't know what to expect. So just be so careful with that. That's number 2. And number 3, third thing that I wish I knew before becoming a lash artist is that, okay, so number 3 is learn how to take pictures and videos. For the life of me, oh my gosh, please make this like the next thing that you learn as right after you figure out how to put on extensions. Learn how to take your pictures and videos, because just at the beginning it's kind of hard with the lighting. You have to set it up in a certain way. You gotta make sure, and biggest tip, make sure your camera lens is always clean. Wipe it off before you take pictures. Please, please, please. I don't want to see no blurry pictures out here. You have to clean off your lens. This is what's gonna make it super clear. Number 1. 2, I'm still struggling with this, okay? But learn the settings, like the camera settings and all that. I'm still figuring it out, but make sure to learn that. Like take time out of your day to kind of figure out how, mess with your camera a little bit, see what works, what doesn't. But yeah, pictures for sure. And just understand that this is all gonna come with time. You're gonna be learning. It's a learning process, and you are gonna get there in no time. Just be patient. You'll get there eventually, you know. All right. Okay, so next question. What products do you actually need to start lashing? Now this one, I am gonna make it super simple for you, because sometimes we think that we're on Instagram all day, right? Honestly, that's where everything revolves around. So we're on Instagram scrolling, there's a bunch of products that are being directed to you because now you're a lash tech. So all these products are like being shoved in your face, and they're telling you, you need this, you need that, you need this. You don't need all of that in order to start. In order to start lashing, you don't need all of that. Just, you need a good pair of tweezers that you're very comfortable with. You need a good lash glue that is at your time. So all the lash glues have a second dry time, like a 1 to 2 second or 1 to 5 seconds, 0.05, whatever. Make sure that it's accurate for your hand speed. As fast as you're moving, that's the trick for the glues. You just gotta figure out where your speed is at the moment. If you take a little bit longer to place a lash, then use a lash glue that doesn't take that takes a little bit of time to dry because you're still learning, you know. So make sure to get those types of lash glues. So yeah, obviously your tweezers, a good lash glue that is perfect for you, for your speed. Like, okay, eventually it's good to have primer and bonder and all that good stuff. Those will help your sets eventually, but honestly, what you gotta do, make sure you clean those lashes super clean. So get in there with that lash shampoo and just like really, you know, instead of using those thick bristle brushes that they give you with the lash shampoos, I suggest using like a makeup brush. A makeup brush will really get in between the lashes and just clean off their eyelashes very well. Like an eyeshadow brush, something that is really soft. Also, you don't want to be poking them. So find a really soft brush and make sure to clean in there. Rinse twice. So that is a good tip for washing lashes, and they will be clean. They will be super clean, I promise you. You don't need the primer. Sometimes I have forgotten to like apply primer on my clients, and they'll come back and they'll be fine. They don't need that primer. It's just an extra step that I just feel like it kind of adds a little bit more strength, but it's just a me thing. But yeah, so if we're talking about products, it's more that you need lash shampoo, tweezers, glue, obviously a fan, a nice fan. Try not to find a fan that's too noisy. Some people don't like that, but preference. Good lighting for sure, that way you can see, make sure you're able to see. A pretty good bed. Add some cushions if you can, make it comfortable for them, give them a blanket. Yeah, I think that's it. And blue neck care tape, or just the sensitive blue tape. That is a really good product to have in your tray. So again, I have another video that I talk about all the products that I use, so go check that one out. I'll also link it below. But yeah, so that is kind of where products are at. I think those are the most essential products. Just make sure, I don't want to go over it again, but okay, yeah, got it. Good products. And I think I wanted to add one more thing. So for lashes, just find what you like best. Like you honestly, those, you have to try them out yourself and see what you like best. If you need to get some affordable lashes to begin with, get those, but just make sure you make it look good. That's just it. Any lashes that you use, you can make them look good. You just have to, it's the artist in you that has to make it look good. You can't blame the lashes for not looking good, or you know, you just gotta figure it out, play with it, and just kind of figure out your style. What I don't suggest to use whenever you're first starting though, the type of lashes, the type of curls that I don't suggest you use when first starting out though, is like DD curl, or like M curl, or like L curl. Like those are kind of a little more advanced. I suggest starting either on C curl, D curl, and even CC curl, but I would suggest starting off with D or C curl. Start off with those first, and then kind of see where you're at, and you know, make sure that you can get the flow going of the lash set. So yeah, last thing about that. And sorry if I sound kind of sick. I was getting over a cold. I'm not anymore, but the voice still stays, so I sound all right, next question. How did I get my first clients? How did I get my first clients even as a beginner? So I'm gonna tell you what most people tell you, and you've probably heard this a million times. Go ask friends and family for, you know, go look for models. That's where you're gonna have to kind of either work for free or just like charge for at least the material. Maybe charge like $20-$30 just for the materials. But that's kind of what I would do. I honestly practiced on my friends and family at first. So that's kind of what I did. Promote on Instagram. Instagram is going to be your best friend for this industry. Everybody loves to see work. They love to see before and after pictures. They want to see what your work looks like. So you can't just come up to somebody and be like, oh, like let me do your lashes. Okay, but I kind of want to see what you've done, what's your lifestyle. But if it doesn't match what I'm into, so just if you did your first client, like if you go to a class and you do a whole set or something, make sure you take some really good pictures of that. That way you can show people, oh, like this is what I have done so far. This is the first set that I did. You know, can I practice on you? Or you have something to show. That, or practice on your mannequins and show people like the little eyes. Like, hold on, I gotta bring her in. Okay, so I named her in one of my last videos and I forgot her name, but we're gonna give her a new name. We're gonna call her Jessica. Anyway, so you see Jessica here. Just show them, have this with you, show them your work, you know, and just wave the bobblehead in their face. Seriously. But yeah, like that's something you can do. Take pictures of the mannequin. Facebook helps a lot. I like Facebook for getting clients as well. So Facebook give out discounts. Like, you know, if you want to start charging, just maybe do like a special. And people will flock to you, that's for sure. Another thing, ask your friends and family for referrals. So like ask them to refer you to people, like refer people to you that way. So ask them to tell people about you, ask them to repost you, ask them to take a selfie with the lashes that you just did. And you know, that's just how you're gonna get the word out there. It's just word of mouth, social media, be on TikTok, be on everything. Just get out there and just tell people about yourself. Like, no one's gonna promote you for you. You have to do it yourself. So if you're not out there promoting, people are not gonna want to promote you either. So just do it. Just do it. There's like no way around it. I honestly didn't sign up to become a content creator, but it's part of the job. So just do it. Just do it. Just do it. And that's another reason why I'm going back to the first question. That's why it's important to, or the second question, whatever. That's why it's important to take good pictures. Learn how to take good pictures. That way you have a nice Instagram portfolio to show people. So yeah, big on that one. Take good pictures and just show everybody what you got. This next question might ruffle some feathers, but it's very controversial. But what if you want to start charging more? I say do it. Just charge your worth. I think you need to charge your worth, because if you don't, you're not going to get the type of clientele that you want. You're just going to get people who kind of just looking for like something real cheap, and they're going to want you to be fast. So, and those two just don't like, it just doesn't correlate. I don't know. But so here's where the tea comes in. I'm gonna tell you a little story. I had a client who came to me and they wanted a mega lash set, right? They wanted this huge lash set, and I'm like, yeah, that's fine. And I told her my price, and she said I was expensive. She told me to my face I was expensive, and I was like, okay, no biggie. But you're here now. Do you want to do them? She said yes. Okay. So we did the lashes. Still complaining about the price. She goes somewhere else. She doesn't come to me for like maybe a few months. She goes somewhere else to get her lashes, or a month. She goes to somebody else to get her lashes. They charge her like $60, $60 or $40, something like that. And the girl only took an hour on her. This girl had to come back to me to get them removed because the lash extensions were stuck to her skin. Now, if that doesn't tell you, there is still people out here doing a really bad job, charging really cheap. I charge expensive because I know what I'm doing. I charge a little higher than most people, and I don't even charge that much, but I do charge my worth because I know I've been doing this for years. I know exactly what to put on you. I'm not gonna put on something crazy on you that doesn't go with your face. I know that I can't get lashes stuck together because that's gonna irritate you and harm you. You do not want to pay to go get your lashes messed up with somebody. So, you know, that's the thing. And you just gotta charge what you are worth. And also look around, like, see your competition. What are they charging? You're charging for your product, your time, and what you know. That's what you really are charging. So honestly, whenever I first started, I think I was charging like $70 for lash extensions, and it wasn't even that much. It was like $60 to $70, 60 for classics and 70 for like hybrids and 80 for volume, something like that. But now I charge a little bit on the higher end side because of what I know. So that you'll get there eventually too, but it just takes time to build that up. And you can also just charge $200 and then your lashes are falling off on everybody and you're just kind of stuck with like, all right, I made all this money but my work sucks. Like, ain't nobody gonna come back to you. Like, that's crazy. I don't think you should be charging $200 either. $200 or $300, that's just insane for lashes. Like, if your work is that good, then sure. And if you're in a high-end area, I applaud that. Like, that's amazing. But if you're not there yet, don't charge that much. That's kind of, you are kind of scamming people, I will say that. But that is my 2 cents on that. Everyone is different. I'm telling you, it's very controversial, but it is what it is. So that's what I think. Just charge your worth, do it. One last thing I'll add to that one, you're also just charging for the experience. It's a whole experience with you. It's something different. If you know that you're treating your clients well, you know, as soon as my clients come in, I lay them down, make sure they're good. That's not wrong. As soon as my clients come in, I ask them, do you want a blanket? Would you like something to drink? Would you like a snack or something? Or I'll ask them before they leave, really, because like they can't really eat and drink while they're getting lashed. But I do ask them if they want something afterwards. I always do the consultation thing. Okay, do you want something new this time? Do you want to change anything about your set? Did you like your set? Ask them a little bit of like, if they're new clients especially, you need to make sure you have that consultation time with them and make sure you're taking very, very good care of them. Just because it's a new experience for them, they might be nervous and they don't know what they're getting into. Their clients might be, you know, they know your vibe a little bit more, so, you know, but still cater to them. Like, make sure you cater to all of your clients, not just your new clients. But yeah, so just really, I feel like if you're gonna do this, like, just be super passionate about it. Like, do this with love, do this with love towards your clients, because they're the ones that are making you the money. So treat them very well. That's what I'm gonna say. What if my lashes aren't sticking? That's the next question. This used to happen to me a little bit, and even now it'll happen to me every like blue moon, but it happens sometimes. Why aren't the lashes sticking? There are many reasons why lashes won't stick sometimes, and it's just like, you gotta figure it out. But you have to do that diagnostic thing that you gotta figure out why they didn't stick. And I know this is a huge problem for like a lot of beginners, and I'll explain to you why. There's a few reasons why your lashes won't stick. It's either because your client is taking vitamins for hair growth. This could happen with prenatals, hair and skin, any multivitamins that they're taking. So whenever they're taking these vitamins, it's basically like putting their lash cycle on steroids, so their lashes are growing out really fast, and that's why they're falling super fast. That's for one, because a lot of people do not know that, and that's something that they should really teach you in your courses, and they don't. So make sure that you know this. If your client got their lashes wet before the 24 hours, of course, that's going to be a main thing of why the lashes aren't sticking. That can definitely affect it. Another thing is that if your humidity isn't good in your room, if it's not correlating with the lash glue. Most lash glues are going to tell you on the back where their optimal temperature is and the humidity. So mine says that it has to be 50 to 75% humidity. It has to be like that in my room. I don't know if you can see it, and right. Either way, if you can see it or not. But so if it tells you a certain humidity that the room has to be in order for your lash glue to really work, make sure that you either, and if your room isn't like that, get a dehumidifier or a humidifier. You need to invest in one of those. That way your room is apt, or get a different lash glue that correlates with your room temperature. Here, let me show you. Make sure you have one of these. I won't lie to you, I don't know the name of this. It's some type of thermometer, but it tells you, I think it is a thermometer. So yeah, it tells you how many degrees it is and what's your humidity. So mine is 53, and my glue says that it has to be between 50 to 75%. So I am okay. But yeah, so that is one of the biggest reasons, and I hope they go over this with you in your lash classes that you're taking, because humidity is so important. It really is, and you just let your clients know about that. Another thing is that, okay, if you're doing their lashes and they're good here and they step outside and like they go somewhere that's super humid and they're outside for all day, obviously the humidity is gonna like, it's gonna kill the bond of the lash extensions to the glue of the extensions to your natural lashes. Can I speak? You just let them know like, hey, you know, if it's really humid today, just try to stay indoors as much as you can because I don't want the lashes to fall off. That's another reason. Another reason could be that you didn't wash their lashes good enough. So if their lashes are dirty and you're just starting to place lashes, then that's not a good thing. That means that's why they're not sticking, because their lashes are still dirty. If they have oils and makeup, and they're not gonna stick. Your lashes are gonna start falling to side and they're not gonna stick there. So make sure that you are cleaning them thoroughly. Again, going back to that other question, make sure you just rinse twice, wash, and if you gotta use primer as well, because that also kind of helps. But again, main thing is just washing them. Just wash them very, very good. Also, another one of the things that it could be is that you're just not like sticking the lash to the base. Like, let's say this is a natural lash, and if you're placing the lash extension like this is the extension, this is the natural lash, right? Straight. If you're placing it like this, so obviously all this space right here, that looks kind of funny, but all this space right here, like you're allowing it. So if there's a brush going through that, it's gonna pop right off. Like that extension popped. It's not gonna be there anymore. So you need to make sure you're attaching the lashes at the base of the attach the extension
to the base of the lash.
Okay, attach the extension. Make sure you're attaching the extension to the base of your natural lash. That way there's no room. It's like nails. You can't have any room. If not, they're gonna fall off. Can't have space right here. Okay, sorry for word vomiting, but anyway, there are a few reasons why your lashes aren't sticking. So it could be either one of those. It could be just because you didn't attach it at the base correctly. It could be because their lashes are not clean. It could be that your humidity in the room is wrong. It could be that they're taking multivitamins, or that they're just not taking care of their extensions. And it could be many of those things, but you just gotta let them know. And like, that's why I say prepare them and explain to them what the process is, so that way if they're not doing anything on their part, if you've already asked them all these questions, are you taking multivitamins, did you wash them before the 24 hours, did you get into a pool? And I ain't gonna lie, some clients won't tell you that, and they do. But like, if you know you did everything right, you checked your humidity, you know that you're applying them correctly at the base, and everything is going right there, I mean, that there's really just no other reason why they would be falling off, other than it's just they're not telling you. But those are the only reasons that I can think that lashes won't stick to your natural lashes. Take that and explain that to your clients in a better way than I did. So okay, next question. What is my biggest lash horror story? Okay, so here we go. I cannot believe I'm gonna put this out into the internet. Don't think I'm a bad lash artist because of this. So, okay, it just, I wasn't paying attention. I was just starting. This was like probably my second or third person that I had ever worked on. But okay, so let me just tell y'all. So this is what happened. So now I have beef with these types of glue rings, not my favorite ones, not the two-sided glue rings, but these. I don't know if you can see that. It's just, the one that I was using was the circular one, not a square one. This is more for like permanent makeup. But I was using one of those glue rings, and I was working on somebody. I guess I wasn't paying attention, and the ring was on my finger like this. Don't ever do this. Don't ever do this. It dripped and fell right on her forehead, and yeah, that was bad. That was so bad, and yeah, I'm so sorry to you. She knows who she is, but if I don't think she'll ever watch this video, but still, if you do ever watch this video, I'm so sorry. Come back. I'm kidding. But yeah, luckily she was like a friend. Like, I knew her. She was in my cosmetology class, but I worked on her, and that's what happened. And that was like the worst thing that I've ever done regarding like lash extensions. That was because I didn't know what to do in the moment. I was just like freaking out, and I was like, ah, and I was, it was bad. But like luckily, like I saw her the next, like I think that was a weekend, so I think I saw her on Monday, and yeah, she looked fine. Like it looked like nothing happened. So don't ever do that. Just be so careful. Make sure you're keep an eye on where your glue is. Make sure it's not like this. Make sure it's up here. Yeah, but now I just only use one or two. Use 2 drops. Use 2 drops on your glue ring. That's it. That's all you need. That's all you need. Don't need more than that. Yeah, so that was my lash horror story. Please comment, y'all. I do love reading horror stories about lash techs. Like it's just, I read one about some girl said that her lash tweezers had fell on her foot and stabbed her foot. I'm not trying to like stop y'all from becoming a lash artist. Hold on, that's not the point of this video. But I do want to hear your stories. Is that bad? Okay, anyways. Tell me your lash stories, your lash horror stories in the comments section below. Please, I do want to hear this. Okay, so last question. How do I stay motivated when I feel like giving up in this industry? I would say stop spending so much time scrolling, spend more time creating. Because the more time you spend scrolling, the more time you spend thinking like, oh, I haven't made it, or oh, I haven't done this, oh, I'm not there yet. And you're putting all these bad thoughts into your head, and it's just really bad, like for your mental health. So don't do that. Don't compare yourself to people. Stop doing that. I think that's like the worst thing that you can do. You have your own style. You're a whole different person. Your experience is different. It's gonna be way different from the girl down the street. Like literally, I used to work for this girl, and all of our stations, like there was 4 stations. So I was in the middle, but whenever the other girls would do my lashes, it felt like a different experience every single time. So even though we're all working at the same place, we all had a different experience. Like I had a very completely different experience with each and every one of them. So just understand that people are going to come to you because of who you are as a person, because of like the vibe that you're giving off. Like that's really what it is. It's because of who you are. They're going to go to you. And plus they like your work. So just keep doing that. Keep doing you. You're doing amazing. I think that you just need to keep going, stay motivated in that sense of just like keep practicing, and every picture that you take, you're gonna fall in love with your own art. You're gonna really like love what you're doing, and so you're gonna do better every single time. And sometimes I get into these moments where I'm just like kind of down on my luck, but sometimes you just gotta look back. My favorite thing to do is go all the way back and see the first lash set that I did and be like, yeah, I've grown since then. Like I've done a lot better. You're always looking back to your work and like, yeah, I'm seeing growth. So just keep practicing, and I promise you'll get to where you want to be someday. And you just keep going strong, girl. I know you got this. You can do this. Tag me in your stuff. I would love to see it, and I'll even repost it on my Instagram. What I can say is that this isn't easy, but if you keep showing up, and if you keep practicing, and if you keep working hard, and this is something that you're passionate about, you're gonna make it. Like I promise you, you will. Like every lash artist started off as a beginner. I started off being like you, being on YouTube, looking to see what other people are doing on YouTube, what are, you know, like I just wanted to learn more. So right now you're doing the best thing that you can be by watching these types of videos, you know, just sticking to learning more and just expanding your mind. So that's another thing, is just keep learning new things, new techniques, new stuff, and you're gonna fall in love with it. You're gonna be so passionate about it. Your time is gonna fly by, and by the time you know it, you're gonna already be where you want to be. And you're gonna be like, dang, I blinked and like I'm here. I'm already have my own studio, or I'm working where I want to work, or whatever the case is, whatever your goal is. But you're gonna get there. Just if you're so passionate, if you keep trying, have some patience, you'll be fine. Okay, so that was the last question. If this helped you out, drop a comment below with your favorite tip or any question that you have, and I will answer it in the next video. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and keep killing it on your lash journey. I know you are gonna be doing great things, and yeah, I am completely rooting for you. So good luck to you guys out there, and yeah, I will see you guys on my next video. Bye.